All right, officially, good morning. Welcome to the Market Watch Group midweek check-in. I started the recording. The stream is up. My name is Scott. We're off and running. Here are the disclaimers, as always. This is for educational and illustrative purposes only. We are not brokers. We are not advisors. We don't give advice, guidance, or recommendations. What are we going to do then today? We're going to look at the market posture, revisit what we are, what we thought it was, and what is it shaping up to be. Are we on point? Did we miss something? We'll look at today's opening analysis. What are the futures doing? What does the opening range look like? How does that influence today? What is the mindset for open trades or thinking about new trades? Anything's on the table right now. You could still be managing some existing trades. Some of the things that had been doing well, like industrials, are starting to consolidate. So we're starting to look for new signals maybe there. Meanwhile, we do have other things that are still setting up. So don't expect only to have like one window. You're going to have different sectors showing signals at different times. And that's good. That's part of the breadth, part of why we want a broad market, so that there are trades showing up in industrials and financials and technology and communication services and consumer discretionary, right? And even a little bit of consumer staples. Not to mention we're in the midst of reevaluating fundamentally the interpretation of utilities. We're like, hey, utilities is maybe not just like this defensive, like, oh, I need to turn my lights on. How much electricity now? That's what we need to look up. I just need to have a conversation with ChatGPT. It's so good at answering questions like, what percent of energy is used by consumers now versus what percent is used for services production or asset production, as it may be, because of electricity's involvement in the crypto markets and electricity's involvement in AI and the amount of processing required. So it's to some extent changing the dynamic, right? So we've got interesting things happening. I feel like we have a good take, but we should always check in on Wednesdays and make sure. We'll look at our watch list, see how things look. Setups, we looked at one yesterday. I didn't put it out. I'm looking at it. I'll probably put it out today. So right now it's discretion for you or not as we look at the market open, but we'll certainly look at it, those of you who are here. And then we'll go. All right. Whoops, I went the wrong way. Not to mention talking about trading plan. Those of you who are new, we look at a specific formal section of our trading plan template every week. There are 8 core sections. Therefore, it will take you 2 months at that pace to do a full cycle on your trading plan. I believe it takes 3 full cycles to really have, right? The first time you're doing it, you're really just defining. It's not great. You're just getting some spaghetti on the wall to see what sticks. Yeah? So that's the first pass. You define it. Then the second pass, you start to refine it. And you're like, okay, now I'm starting to understand a little better. I'm cleaning it up. I'm defining my rules a little bit better, etc. Then the third time, you're really starting to polish it, right? Now it's the you have really specific rules. You've been trading with it. It's coming together. Then what? Then is it the fourth time? No. Then for me, I think you start to prioritize, and you start to just pick. Hey, I really like these 5 sections, but these 3 I need to keep working on. I'm going to just do those for a while. Then you're going to find you don't do work every week. I don't work on it every week anymore, right? Then you find you look at your trading plan once a month, and you just say, hey, is there anything that needs to be tweaked here? So we're working towards that process, and I promise we'll get you there faster than any other way. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's start with that. So if you're looking at it, if you weren't here last night, this is what we are looking at. Let's make this bigger still, and maybe even bigger. Does that work? Can you guys see that okay? Not quite that big. Let's go back 1 click. There we go. So we're looking at, and I don't have it up. Let me pull it up behind. A couple of reasons. Why am I not? Okay. Hold on. I think my platform is locked up. What the hell? Ooh, okay. Can you still hear me? Yes. Okay. Like my whole system just was like going nuts just now. I don't know what happened. Sorry guys. But I do need to reset my platform, it looks like. There we go. I can attempt to reconnect one of them, it looks like. I don't know. I think I should just turn the whole thing off. Okay. Great. Oh, good. Yes. Yes. If you missed it, and I'll make sure I have the links posted for you, we built and talked about specifically, and I'll show you here in a second. My system is not cooperating. Let me get my platform back up. All right, we'll go. We'll adapt. This is the trade, though, not this one. That's not it. Where did it go? Oh, I still have a little bit of black screen of death here for some reason. I don't know what that is that's not working over there. There we go. All right. All right. Man, that's a little. So here's the trade. CL, Colgate Palmolive. Where is it? It's Consumer Staples. You can see it's a longer period of time. But we'll walk through it in more detail. Good reward to risk ratio. So yeah, well, I think it's a good consideration. All right. We're just about up and running again with my charts here. And my apologies. Okay, there we go. Yeah, let's go look at that. Oh, come on. I need to do a verification? Sorry. Here's my verification. Hold on. We're almost there. Trust this device and skip in the future. Well, yeah. Okay. Let's take a quick peek at now that it's open, but what the futures were. S&P down 0.05, so basically flat. Dow down 0.04, flat. NASDAQ down 0.13, and the Russell just eked out a positive 0.02 right before. Oil down 1.5%. Gold continues to push higher. We had a big news yesterday was the stimulus boost in China. So now we have China with a stimulus, and we have the U.S. with the Fed. I gotta tell you, Thinkorswim is wreaking havoc today. Oh, it's almost there. Let's see. Well, let's keep talking about the futures, which are now not necessarily the futures. What do we have coming out today? Nothing. Nothing coming out today. Tomorrow we have durable goods. We have GDP. We have a bunch of Fed speak. And then Friday we have PCE inflationary data. So, yeah, I mean, we got the news we wanted. Right now, it's just market processing it still. Very similar to how My computer is processing the login still to try to get me some charts. So we'll keep talking about what else we have going on. Oh, no, something in my processing is wreaking havoc on my system this morning. Well, let's see what I have here. Here we go. Let's go to the quick Fed watch. Well, how's trading looking for you guys this morning on the open? Oh, it's that pen tool. It keeps showing up, and I can't seem to get it closed. Close. All right. Hold on. Whew, frustrating. Oh, man. Okay. I think I'm both back and I don't have my Thinkorswim just yet. Okay, we're up and running. We're up and running. Let me get my chart to the other side. Excuse me. Pardon me. And now, after much ado, there is CL and you can see here, depending on how you have it set, so far this morning, it's just a matter of does it get filled or not, and are you I think this is viable right where it is. So let's go just take a quick peek at the options, and then I'm gonna just say yeah, and I'm gonna put that out. I'm gonna adapt a little to the price potentially. So October's 130. I think you could get it for 125. So I'm going to say 125. It's really basically the same trade right now. Yeah. So that is definitely viable. Okay. CL, what are we looking at here? You can see exactly what we're looking at, what we're looking for, how we would think about this trade. Let me know if you have any questions about this trade. I'm going to go slap this so you have the exact details into the alerts as we speak. Good morning. And boom, post, publish. Okay. If you want to see the exact details, you can pop over to the Trade Alert channel. And let's talk about everything else. You're seeing 250 for the 103s, I believe. No? The 105s are 120 by 135. So 125, 130, that's what we're working to get if you were trying to get it. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. What else is happening then? That was a good one if you're new, if you just want to be like, hey, where's this come from? How do we get these values and these variables of stops and targets, primary target, secondary target? That was a good discussion. I'm going to get the links posted this morning as soon as we're done here. But the first link will be the first 45 minutes. 129, Bob said. Okay. That first one will be about, the first 45 is all about like market and then picking a stock and then taking that stock and starting to flesh it out. And that's what we were doing. And then we, played with the trade in the second video. So good one to take a look at for sure. Absolutely. Okay, so what else do we have going on? We talked about that we have PCE coming out later this week, but right now everything seems to be in favor. So great. Let's get to the full watch list then. Oh, our posture. Let's talk about that real quickly. What happened this week on our posture? Our score improved. If I could find the posture. And there it is. There. We're a 5.5. We think that's very strong. It is very strong. So, yeah, I'm looking for trades, right? Any concerns? Well, let's go down the row and just think about what we have. It's now Wednesday. What have we done? We've just sort of meandered a little bit higher, but we're just testing these old highs. Could still push higher from here. We could regress a little bit from here. Yeah. So if you have trades on, I'd still be like, they could still go. If you're just starting new trades, they could go. Other trades things look like they could consolidate. So we've got mixed signals, right? Okay. But as far as the score goes, no change necessary or indicated for anything by way of trend or volume, right? You can see that we 1, 2, 3, no volume, nothing big or causing us to change or alter anything that we developed by way of our narrative this last week. Sectors all look fine. Let's just take a quick peek at the VIX. Yesterday it was pushing to new lows. Today it is still kind of sitting there, right? So if we zoom in on it, we didn't get back down here, but we don't need to. We're in that range. We already took out this low. Whatever this does, even if it were to, like I said, from here, if this were to go up a little bit, I'd be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I could see that. And if it were to drop further, we're still just kind of waiting for more information, but we're waiting for more information at a 5.5. We're bullish. So as I'm waiting for more information from a broader market perspective, then I'm going into my list and I'm saying, hey, what's tradable? What's tradable? Apple, not quite yet. Not quite yet, but it broke its consolidation, popped up into here, pulling back. As long as it makes a new low above the 50, I'm interested. So I'm just waiting for that to develop. Aflac could be ready to try to turn. It's just sort of grinding along at its resistance right here. Amazon. Amazon is overextended. If anything, I'm looking for a consolidation. AXP, yeah, I mean, today you can kind of see the buyers are starting to come back already. It looks like it was going to go into consolidation mode, but we only got 2 days. It didn't drop very much. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just making sure I can see what you guys are saying. How's it look for everyone this week? Week been good? Week been okay? Are you in? Are you getting into more or new? Bank of America. I think Bank of America looks close. Right? Kind of a little mini cup and handle. Drop down here. Back up. If we don't come all the way back, it's got to be sooner than later now for Bank of America. BK still just kind of starting its consolidation. BLDR. I like BLDR. Real strong push with volume to these new highs. Right? Got all the way back up to this old high here. Pulling back. I'm keeping an eye on this one this week for a signal. Carriers just barely starting to roll over. Caterpillars just starting to slow down. CL, we like that. We got what we wanted there. CMG. Kind of flat. Costco. It's about to report earnings. Yesterday it gave back. Today it's sitting. Not much there. Here's the Dow. Here's Fastenal. Like a lot of the industrial stocks, it's doing pretty well right now. GBTC. Just kind of floating along, but it is back above the top of the 50 there. GLD. Overextended. Anyone in gold? If you are, you're pushing some good gains right now for sure. I said I don't trade a lot. GDX for Miguel, love it. It's going to look very similar. Let's pull it up just real quickly back to back. See the correlation. Almost identical, of course. GDXJ would be the same. Individual miners would be the same. Ooh, look at GM. We were watching GM for a consolidation, and now all of a sudden we're like, wait a second. Is that a consolidation, or did that just turn into a sell-off? That's a pretty big jump. 6%. Google. I think Google is starting to move into setup position. Right? Goldman Sachs. Maybe flagging. Home Depot just made a huge run. Now it's starting to maybe stall, but that's it. ICE looks like it's trying to turn around. Here's the small caps. Small caps look like they're in a flag kind of cup and handle pattern. JP Morgan sitting. KKR. I'm bullish on it. This is just a mild consolidation. I don't know. It might not drop much. That's part of what we have to be aware of. Coke is just kind of grinding it out and never really took off, never really failed. Just kind of sitting as to see if it's going to move on its trend again. MasterCard. I think MasterCard is looking viable for a setup here. Just made a new high. Now it's making higher low. McDonald's a little overextended. Meta, we thought maybe was going to start pulling back. And all of a sudden today, it's like, maybe not. So, like I said, you could be in some things and still pushing. You could be starting some things. And you could be looking for some things. There's a little bit of everything right now. So if you're like, oh, am I doing the right thing? Well, yeah, I would say. MMM. There's still something in those staples. Morgan Stanley. A little overextended. Microsoft. Oh, technology, Microsoft busted up out, new high, pulling back. This is definitely in my purview. Anything that has this kind of a pattern, these are the ones I'm talking about that I said these are setting up right now. NDAQ just kind of sitting. If you're in that one, it's still kind of viable, I guess. I would say it's starting to set up a new signal. Netflix. Overextended, but representative of strength in communication services. NVIDIA. Right? We said it was yesterday, and now there's more here in a continuation. This is now a confirmed Heiken Ashi. I said we would probably see that. That's another thing we talked about yesterday. So there it is. A continuation trade feels like it feels like it's right around in this area. So there's still some more here potentially. But it definitely would be better if you were already in. PGR. It's kind of grinding along. PLTR, I think, is starting to give the consolidation. I'm looking for the next trade on that one. That was a great trade. Looking for another one now. There's strength in the Qs. RKT, Rocket Mortgage, kind of flat. Ooh, look at RTX. Looks like it wants to start to make that. But you can see it was this day with the volume. No, that was this day. Huh. The next day? Yeah, it's starting to move. SPY is flat. Tesla's starting to pull back a little bit. TSM still going higher. So when you think about, hey, what do we need for this market to get even more bullish? A full commitment from the tech sector and tech adjacent communication services. What do we need for that? Well, we need Apple and Microsoft for sure.